Hey guys, thanks a lot for clicking on this video. What we did here is we did something a little different. We're gonna be playing our game Ro Sham Bo. We did a pre-recorded video, and we kind of edited it really fast where I could just splice quickly, so you guys could see three games, best two out of three, and me and Eric are going to commentary over it. So it's a quick video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and we're gonna get right into it. Let's go.
Do it. All right. We're rolling who goes first here. And
Okay, that's right.
Alexis, you went first.
Yeah, I go first here.
So you
Oh, so I
picked up
can't I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, it's because this is your video. All right, so you got. I picked up a passive here because in the beginning you get to pick up passives or an immediate to start the game. And since I went first, I wrote for artifact, and I already placed the artifact, and we get to put what passive we want first. So I'm already going after the artifacts, and I picked up the passive. And what did I put down there already again? Was the first card I put there?
sacrifice. Put on
Sacrifice.
sacrifice. You just gave me Art of War,
Mm-hmm.
and you got something on your sleeve. I have swiftness for the immediate that I picked up off the beginning.
And I put
And
down the bolt of the stable. Okay.
yep.
So my strategy here was trying to be like, since in the beginning that you were going to like lose pieces, I wanted to like control what pieces I'm going to lose, and that's why I used the sacrifice. And you just went straight ahead and just
For
you,
swiftness,
you
I
just went
used
straight.
swiftness and I went straight for you.
Gotcha. You
You
just went
brown
straight
rock.
to attack me, and I couldn't do anything about that, and I didn't want to like get rid of it. So he's dead. You're going
Yep.
very uber aggressive here. I see that. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
I have that Art of War, so
Yeah.
looks like I'm just trying to get the jump on you. But you do have sacrifice and bold in the stable, so
Yeah, so I went straight for that artifact that just went down there, and I'm a little bit on edge. Well, I got a
um,
scissor on scissor, so that's fine. That's not a big deal.
you gave me Nemesis, and I picked up Swiftness
So you
again.
traded Nemesis for swiftness again. Okay, I see that.
So I moved one rock once, and then I'm moving another rock once. Okay.
Hmm.
Then it's the artifact phase, I believe. Right
Yeah, I'm in the
here.
artifact phase right now. Another artifact going down on the board,
You got
and
land.
that landed right
Landing
on
on you.
top of me. Okay, so I automatically get an artifact because of that. And right now I gave you to the brink. I can't remember what I'm
Yeah.
holding. It's I think I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I position my paper here to have the jump on your rock. Oh yeah, and I
Okay.
used okay, I remember doing that. I moved all my pieces up front. One forward, one forward. I think I moved the other one. I think I moved the paper forward too. Yep.
Yeah, I was scared because you was giving me movement stuff, so I always felt like you had something to go, like you had an offense or
Hmm.
something to counter with. So I was thinking about what to do here.
Well, you did do something here. You end up doing it. You do it here, right? This is when you do your.
Yeah, this is the move. Since I grabbed swiftness again by
Yeah.
using Nemesis, I got to move an extra 2 movement points. So I moved 4 points, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, and right here
and
I'm
then
crying right now because you have rock
Art of
between
War.
my two scissors, and you can actually attack twice because of your art of war.
Yep.
And I don't think I could do anything about that. I think I end up losing one right already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the game, and then I get to attack again. So I went for it with Art of War, and this is one of the power moves here when you start combining passives and your immediate cards. And right here, that's Dickie's out. This is really bad if he loses. Oh yeah, he's sacrifice.
Yeah, I used sacrifice. I decided to keep
Smart.
my. No, did I? I think I did.
Yes,
I did, right?
you use sacrifice so you can
Yeah,
keep
so
your
I can have
scissors
one of
alive.
each. That's right, because one rock, one paper, one scissor. I was afraid of losing all three of them.
So I use
To,
Brink. I use Brink to do that because I wanted to give you multiple choices to for targets because
mhm.
I felt like if my rocks was just there, you would just reposition in a better advantage, and that scissors kind of gave you pressure of deciding where you want to move your pieces and how do you want to attack.
And I made a mistake here because I know that card. I had a card there. I
Mm,
think you gave it to me. It was underhanded, I think, that I could switch uh, one of my pieces, one of your pieces, and I didn't use it, and that ended up hurting me later. I ended up using it later, but this situation, it was
So right there, you take me out, but I see there's still that pressure with my
yeah,
scissors. But you moved that paper because you knew that.
to
But
to block it. Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to like put that pressure, and let's see what happens here. I went for the immediate
Mm.
right here. There it
Oh,
is.
this
There's
is when
the
you gave it to me.
yeah
You gave me
yeah right here.
underhanded. See, there goes underhanded right there, and you gave it to me, and I should have used it in the next move, and I didn't. Big mistake.
Right, it's just the amount of potentials all these little cards could do with each other. It's really amazing. Goes to show us this little small game how complex it is. So artifact phase lands on there. It's a passive. You pushed your rock. That's what you did. You could have went for my paper right there.
I should have. I should have. It was one of the situations I was too afraid to be too much left on the open.
Luckily, it landed right between there. So I believe I took the initiative. Right. Oh, there it is.
Do I attack you? I don't. And I'm not. Oh
I'm
no,
not
I didn't.
attacking me.
You didn't attack you.
I think you didn't see that. You
No,
didn't see the opening,
I didn't. I didn't go. No, I didn't go for it. I didn't want to attack you. I was afraid.
and I went for the paper.
Yeah,
It was an opening for me there.
should have gone for this. There's a lot of things I could have done. Should have done better.
That's why I had called it your rearm. You had to discard one of your immediates. You do it after this. There you go. And then here we go.
No,
That's a
that's a dead.
12.
That's a dead. You got a freaking 12.
Then this is why he's called a rearm.
Powerful card.
Yeah, I did.
And you only
Boom.
have one piece to call.
Perfect. How
The one
convenient.
piece. I know, right? The rock towards scissors. And just say, hey,
Like, I'm gonna attack that because
and
Art of
and
War.
and you're technically still using. You used Art of War there, right?
Art of War.
That's insane. The fact that you would
Art of
use
rearm, Art of War combo, right?
that's ridiculous.
That's brutal.
A
We never use
passive
that.
and immediate. I've never seen this before. I've never seen you.
Yeah.
That's a totally different move.
Think about it. That's there you go. Your extra strats for your favorite card on
It
Art of
totally
rearm.
because the whole point that you cannot. That was crazy, man.
Oh, you blocked it by the way.
I
I
did
think.
block it.
Yeah.
And look, you did a swap.
Underhanded, man.
I should have. Yeah, I was sleeping on that card.
So what'd you do here?
I think you didn't even roll for that.
Come
You
on.
just lost.
You took out my paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like an auto loss. So right here, I have a little blow on me. Kept that card on me. You wanted to. Did you have that that dice swapper? Is that where you were trying to do?
I think I was holding. Yeah. What was the one? What's it called? Oh man, look at your cards.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it was over after this. I was like, okay,
Low blow with heavy handed. God, Lord.
yeah, I got lucky there. At this point, I was like, all right,
That's why you gotta
here,
get the cards, man. It's like you could give me something good, but what you have is just devastating.
yeah. You got, that's one advice you give to the playtesters out there is like just use your cards
Use your
because it's okay to hold them because I hold cards too, but like when you feel like
There you go.
you have a card there that did nothing for you, I think the dice swapper,
Yeah,
and you was holding it,
I
and
should have either used it or just got rid of it. Look at that.
yeah,
Look at that.
done.
How can I? What can I do about that?
So you rolled that and I half their damage, and then boom,
There's no way to win that.
yeah. You had a 3. I halved your 6 to a 3, and then I
Look at
rolled a
that.
7. So.
This hurt my.
This is the second game out. The second game.
I seen
So.
the second, and then we roll for who goes first. I end up going first again, I think.
hmm
But that hurt. That game hurt. I lost. You won by 4 pieces. That was.
The swiftness with the nemesis. It was just.
Yeah, I mean, I gave you Nemesis because there was only one card there available to take from the discard,
Swiftness is powerful.
and you took Swiftness back. You're like, yeah, I got it. That landed on me. That's a great start to get two immediates right off the bat with
Yeah, a medium with a passive starting. Yeah. So I got low blow, which is good. But one of those cards, low blow is one of those cards that it's a good card, but you don't want to hold it. You know, you don't want to hold it for too long because it might not do nothing for
because
you.
it's not an automatic win. It's one of those things you do before you attack or before you,
Mhm.
you counter. So just because you have their dice doesn't mean you're going to win.
Yeah.
You know, but it definitely helps the your odds. And it is all
Mm.
about your odds. It's about use your cards, use your positioning to increase your odds. Look at that
Yep.
aggressiveness you get there.
I went very aggressive in
Yeah,
this one.
but it's a good aggressive. It's not like you went just one piece out there to go attack. You spread them out there. You set up the
Yeah, I
pieces.
try to like reposition this one. I try to think about positioning here. This is a interesting game.
Oh, you got the Joker's banner. I was wondering
Yeah,
what you gave me this and they're like, what does he have? Joker's banner. I love
definitely.
Joker's banner. It's one of my favorite pieces. One of my favorite cards.
Peripheral sense, man. That's a good card too. The one you have.
I didn't get
Um,
to, and I didn't even get to use it. Didn't even get to use it.
let's see here. Do like a V shape here, a little check mark or something. Let's
Hmm.
try to be positioning here. Here we go. Yeah, like we when we play when I play against Alexis, we have our own play styles and we always like we always do some crazy moves. We always ended up impressing each other. I don't know how we do it, but every time we freaking play, it's just
We would discover something new. Yeah.
yeah, it's insane. Even with like playing with all these play testers, we still find something new, and even among ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
you just get better at the game, knowing the cards and just very small decks, 20 cards, 10 cards on the two decks, and it's just
Look at what you
almost
did. Yeah,
almost
you
endless.
swapped. Just so smart. You took the card again. You did it again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's important to know what cards are in the deck and know what's left because it is about your odds. If you know what
Oh, watch
cards are
this.
left,
Oh, I had a 6 and a 4, and you just made it to a 1 and 3 with your backhand.
and I blocked it. Right? Did I
Yep.
block it? Yeah, I blocked it. I mean, me and Edgar before we started playing again because once when we launched the Kickstarter, we started playing again. We haven't played for about 3 months with each other because we've been playing with other people on social media, on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Whoever wanted to play with us, we played with them because that's what you're supposed to do. It's a board game, and it was we learned a lot of new strategies, but we were so used to playing against each other. Our strategies that we used on each other didn't work on other people as well because everybody plays differently. So we were winning and losing, all in the same. Even when we played people that were inexperienced. But then we started playing again recently, and we're still discovering new things. That's just awesome.
Yeah.
And this, I gotta say, this is one of the more intense games that we played. These best 2 out of 3 because we were using everything we learned to play against each other. We were more methodical, a little bit more
I feel like
intricate.
by playing with the play testers, right? Like we end up just getting better because we've
That's what I'm
played so many
saying.
different
That's
people.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Yeah, that's
definitely.
exactly what I'm saying. It's like what we learned just by playing with them. We learned things. We learned. They would do things that we didn't even take in consideration. Even just moving the pieces around and putting them in the right position. It's pretty awesome.
You just reach in hand. You jumped over.
That was awesome. That was one of my. And then you didn't
Watch this.
expect that, and you gave
Watch
me that
this.
card.
I was like,
You low
oh,
blowed
I
it. Yeah,
gotta.
you used a very powerful card, right? A powerful
It was
card.
it made it a 5 to a 3, and we blocked.
It blocked. Yeah.
Saved myself. So I moved my scissors up to go for your paper.
And then we got a funny situation here because you got the two sides fighting right now. We got like two battles happening at the same time. The one on the right and the one on the left.
Heavy handed.
Look how aggressive I'm doing. I'm just like
Destroyed.
yeah. The funny thing, we didn't even talk about what was happening on the right side of the board. That was a big battle
Oh.
on its own, and we ended up in a little kind of stalemate. But that put those pieces of positioning there, they're gonna come into factor in the future, of course, because the game is all about killing your or getting rid of your opponent's all of your opponent's units. All right, so now you're moving. You're moving your piece out. I remember when you did that. I thought we weren't gonna move those until much later, and I
We
countered
started
that move.
dancing.
Yeah, I countered it like because I knew I see where you were going and what you were doing. Because once you move that
Yeah.
piece out, then you could move your paper up to attack my rock. So I wanted to get that out of the way.
I got rid of Joker's banner because I felt like I couldn't. I was using it already too much, and I felt I was gonna run out of luck. So I just replaced it with Art of War. Moved all the way to the left to go after your scissors. Rolled an 8, so he was out.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got myself out of that situation all the way in the bottom right by doing that.
Mm-hmm. You brought
And
you brought in your rock. It's like you brought him into the fight. Yeah, I wasn't even considering those guys to the right.
look at this artifact spawns right in the middle.
That's
I'm
funny.
just
Yeah, yeah. It's like go get it. I remember. I think there was a big discussion here of me doing it or not, and I did it. I got it, and I got aggressive, and I got lucky.
yeah. This worked out for you. I think
remember this.
You went for it, and it worked out for you. I think I rolled like not so good here. Let's see,
That's a 5, I think, right?
5. And let's just roll.
And you end up rolling a 4.
Yep,
So I beat you
I
by
won.
1.
That really hurt me.
Now I got my rock. Your rock is there with my scissor, so that's a pretty bad positioning there. But I went and then I put in Bold in the Stable, that +1 that I get on damage. You you ended up rolling a snake eyes. That was
Yeah.
bad. I'm
Yep.
excited.
That's the one that hurt me.
Yeah,
That's the one that
I
hurt
think
me.
that was the factor right there. That the big of course is a luck factor, but that was just
Yeah.
that hurt.
That's when you better have cards in your
You
hands
better have
before
cards,
you start
yeah.
committing.
Because imagine you had a flip card on your dice,
Yep.
then you would have just flipped your dice and boom.
So this is a cool move. You use quickness to go for that artifact, and that allowed me to do something really cool.
That's right, yeah. Quickness allows me to move 3 spaces without if I don't attack.
You
That
may
was
not Relic
crazy.
Seeker.
You freaking use Relic Seeker to jump into position to take the artifact and then attack my yeah, that was genius. That was actually really smart.
Without even moving.
Yeah.
So
and then you still have 2 moving points, that's right.
yeah. So boom. You can still block it.
And
Let's see what it was.
I don't. No.
No. Close. Took him out, and then I was like,
Then you're like, it's not over yet.
let's use the Verge,
Jesus.
and then I used Peripheral Sense to attack diagonal
Jesus.
because I wanted to see my options. Like even if I still want to keep that movement point, and then I took him out. And then I felt good. I was like, okay, now I can move.
The only thing that was bad, why that move was bad, and you didn't see it because you were excited to do the move, but now you left your rock open for my paper to attack it.
Did not see. I felt like we could trade since we have the same pieces. You know, we have rock and paper. I felt like I could take out the rock and you'll take out my rock, and we'll end up being even regardless. I went for it.
No, but I by the way, I'm not even like how you say. I think the move was still the right move to do. Honestly, boom, and then I attack your rock.
Yeah, I think you got him bad.
Yeah, I took him.
Yeah, right there, 11.
If you would have survived that, man, then I would have been in trouble. Yeah. There goes.
It would have been good if those cards that I picked, the cards were good that you just picked up, but they were just not the best for me. Came after you.
Yeah, you
right
was
here.
like, I'm gonna go for blood. I don't care.
And then boom, 3. I was so close of getting a high roll, and then boom, the 4.
4, wow.
That I think it was a 4, and then just turned to a 1. Like no. And this is the 3rd game. That was a good game though.
That was good.
All right, so I think I'll go first this time. I picked up Cunning Resolved. You picked up a passive. Artifact lands in front of me. And yeah, I go first. So what'd you play?
First,
Art of War.
Art of War was there for every game, huh?
Mm-hmm. An early game too.
Yeah, and
Wish
you
look
do
at those
want that.
decks.
That is an early game card.
So upper hand. I use cunning resolve
Oh no,
because I
right.
had
The first card you got. What a
look at my options.
beautiful. Both are beautiful cards, man. And you're like,
It's
yeah.
funny. You're like, you discarded that one. Which card did
Oh
you get?
man, yeah. Freaking
Got you scared.
upper hand, Jesus.
Those two cards are really good.
They're
Those
both devastating.
fingers crossed upper hand.
I,
It's like
I like fingers crossed as an end game card. I mean, it's good. It's a good card all around, but in the end, it's like you want to guarantee your win. And if you have the advantage, definitely want to go with that card.
okay, peripheral sense, and I kept all hands on deck. Popped it here, so that allows me to hold an extra immediate card, which actually
So instead of two, you
comes
go
into
three.
play.
It was smart to go over there.
I was holding a lot of cards, I believe, in this game. I took advantage of it. Okay. After my rock. And I was like, can I do something here? Like, nope, no way. Doesn't matter. I can't use my upper hand. Okay, and the artifact.
Yeah, the
That was
development
risky. Yeah, oh yeah, you went straight to me. You wanted to take it out because you knew I was already close to you. Attacked your paper. It was out.
I went for it. The only reason I went to and attacked you is because he was gonna get attacked in the next turn no matter what.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Let me go and just at least take one out before you kill him because that's what you would have done.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
development,
this was stacking next to each other. So this is when it got bloody. I was like, you're either gonna come after me or you're gonna grab the immediate. So I went and grabbed the passive.
this was a mistake when I used that card. I remember getting that card now. Mirror's Fate. That was not. I should not. I thought I was gonna get attacked a lot here, like in disadvantage, and it ended up not happening. Freaking Mirror's Fate. That's gonna come into play later. Yeah, it kept on 1-2. It happened twice. That's so rare.
And you got it again, yeah.
And I got it again.
I made a mistake here. I think it's I didn't move my piece. I think here
Oh,
I
because
didn't
of
use
Joker's
Joker's
banner.
banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave me a card. It gave me the Verge, and you picked up another immediate from that. And I had a bunch of movement cards, so heavy-handed. You had heavy-handed,
I went straight for heavy-handed. Yeah.
and you blocked yourself.
That was got me very mad. I blocked myself.
Yeah,
I think that was the right there is when you like, oh man.
this is when it was like, okay, I got a pretty good advantage right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, why not go forward? Like, go aggressive.
Yeah, once you know like if the card's been used already, it's like, there's the chances of him having it. It's not now. It's not there
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, it's gone. The card is gone.
I think I swapped right here. Yep. Like I'm gonna take that card. I'm gonna take that dice. So what happened there is actually a blocked. You beat me there, and I swapped the dice, and we both had fives.
Hmm.
So we blocked there, and then grab that immediate.
Yeah, you used it just to survive the fight.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted
Which
I had
is
all hands on deck, so I knew that I could just like stockpile as much as I can here. I got low blow. Attacked your rock. He's dead.
it sure is.
Moved once here. I see you're rolling dice a lot more aggressively now.
Yeah, I'm like because the fight is
No,
that fight is definitely not over yet. You know what I mean? Like,
I low blowed your 6 to 3, and then it was 6.
I'd say my biggest problem here is I should have been moving. I didn't move. I never do this, and in this game I did.
That's what I
didn't
usually
move
do,
my,
right?
and I didn't move none of my other units. I always say to people, move your units around, put them in position. And I didn't do it in this game at all. It's because you were coming so hard at me and to the right. I was always like
Yeah.
on the defensive role, trying to just like
I just verged to you like that. It was just, it was brutal.
you know.
It was the positioning.
So you were waiting for my scissor to go there just for you to kill it.
Gives you more the reason why all hands on deck is so powerful. You know, you have options and you can
Options,
just
man. It's
hold
the
it.
options.
That one extra immediate card is ridiculous. Grab that passive.
The
Oh man,
development, the development of this game has been very interesting. A lot of the problems that we were getting is we don't want people waiting to for the other person to move or do a turn. It's always something happening. In this situation, like when it comes to choosing artifacts and placing artifacts, even that everybody has their own role, right? Because if you're first player, we assign you the role, second player gets to place. They're the ones that are choosing
yeah.
artifacts out of the bag and placing it. Kind of gives them like a slight control of what they decide what they choose out of the bag.
Just did a really cool move just now. You just used the preemptive leap, jumped over your own paper to attack my scissors, and that worked really well. You took him out.
Well, there's when it starts getting a little like interesting when it comes to like the catch up system that we have. That the game is never over until it's over.
Definitely.
I'm in a situation right now. Like, oh, you lost. No, I'm not. I don't feel that way yet.
It was
I feel
5 against 2, and you started to come back
I
here.
feel
So
discouraged, but I'm not. I'm not. It's not. The fight is not over. Look how angry I'm shaking that
yeah,
dice.
1-on-1 right here. Boom. Uh, I took you out because I moved up once and put 1 point into bold in the stable, so
That's
that
right.
gave me
That's right.
it
You had
gave
a
me
plus
7.
one. There's nothing I could have done about that.
Yeah. Then you're like, I'm gonna take you out. I'm like, at least I took out your rock, so it mattered to me. Boom. Took him out. Roll the 1. Hand intuition. Boom. He was out to kill me, man. He was out
Yeah,
to get me.
yeah. I'm just a lone warrior right now. Just
I think I know what you have on the other side. I remember now. You were holding this card. You had
it was a counter card.
was it the counter card? I thought you had
Unless I get it later.
rearm.
Gotcha. Yeah.
On the rearm. So it was.
I switched to.
What
And
a
the reason I
swap.
did that is because you had two papers.
What a
I
swap.
could
That's
have I
smart.
could have totally won this. By the way.
Look at this. An 8. I was like, wow, taking me out.
Yeah.
Like one by one, you just took me. You taking me out. You took 3 pieces, I think, with that one character.
It's a commando from Command and Conquer.
So right there, I went up once, and I moved my paper just to grab that passive, and this is the
And
one
then
right here.
this card is what gives you the advantage.
That's
Unbelievable.
the decision. I was like, I know you're gonna get that immediate. I can't get that immediate, but I can at least get this passive before you get that immediate. So
Then you got that combo, the bold and
yep,
unstable, and what's the one called?
reckoning, the
The
reckoning.
reckoning. Oh, what a great
So,
cards.
so Alex is coming after me right now. He wants to fight me, but he went back,
Actually,
and
no. I had a counter card here. I want you to fight me.
you had the counter
Yeah,
card. You wanted me to attack
yeah.
you,
Which I should have done the wrong. I
which
did
I
the wrong
wanted to.
thing.
By the way, is this
I should
I
have
was
attacked you because if I attack you, you cannot use the +2. But you see, I didn't know what you
you
were gonna
didn't know I
do.
was gonna use though. You
No,
didn't know.
because I thought if you're gonna attack me, you're gonna have to move once or twice. So I was always keeping my
Hmm.
distance, so you wouldn't
Hmm.
use the +2.
You're
But
smart.
then,
Yeah, you're smart. You definitely wanted me to use my movement points, so I won't use bold in the stable.
yeah, but then you did your thing that you did.
I was like, hey man, let me go right next to my buddy here.
What a genius move! And then oh man, it
I
killed me.
pulled you. I
No,
force pulled
you
you,
got me.
man.
You did it. Yeah, you did it. You did it good.
Uh,
This is the killer move right here.
Underhanded,
Boom.
swap
And
pieces.
I go, what? I was
I don't
mad.
move.
Plus
+2 damage, +1
+1.
reckoning.
That's +3. And you ended up rolling a 5,
5. So that's
6.
8. But you used your counter card, so that made it a 5.
Yeah. So now that's a 2 plus a +3. That's a 5. And now if I roll a 5 or a 6, 5 block, 6. Man, I ended up rolling a 4. Right?
That's it.
That's it.
Yep, you
Game
rolled a
was
4,
over.
and it was by 1 point. That was a good game.
That was awesome. When we first played this game years ago, when we first developed it, it had a similar feeling that like the whole balance of it, keeping it even. It always comes down to one or two pieces. This game that we played, I definitely feel that we played way differently than when we used to play.
Yeah.
a year and a half ago when we created like the pretty much the version that it is now. Because there's always a process of first you got to figure out the pieces, figure out the board size, figure out the mechanics, and then the cards. And the cards could influence some of the other rules, but then you got to develop the cards. Oh, we went through so many cards. We had so many ideas. I could say that we had like 40 ideas on just the immediates alone, and we ended up just we cut that in half.
A lot of fine tuning, right?
A lot.
Just like we were playing the game, I think in the like the first time developing, we were very like charge forward,
Yeah,
positioning, you know?
it was more about like let's play the game to use the cards, you know.
Yeah,
And then once we settled on the cards that we wanted to like feel like these were the cards that we wanted, then the strategy started happening. We started really, and we wanted to keep cards that had heavy strategies. If the card only worked by itself, kind of, and you couldn't like combine it with other things, or like it didn't benefit each other, like the way you did this situation now, the way you used underhanded, and then you combined it with two passives. You know, the fact
yeah.
that you had underhanded avoided using moving points that you could invest, and you won by 1 point. And I had a card to flip
Yeah.
your dice.
This,
It was like it was
this game is so fine tuned that the games go down to a wire of 1 point.
yeah. Even the fighting when you're battling, because usually when it's like okay, let's battle, and then this piece beats this piece, and that's it. No, no, no. Even when we're battling, you were whipping out cards. You did something that you felt like was devastating. I got a +3, and then I rolled a 5. I got that, and then I come with underhanded. You got
Yeah.
a 2. You still got the +3, but now it's a 5. Now I have a chance because I can only roll one
Yeah.
die. It could have gone the other way. I could have rolled, killed them, and then attacked your paper, and it would have been
I lost. Yeah.
yeah. It was 1 point. It was 1 point. It
Yeah.
was one
One
down.
point determining
I
pretty
love
much the
it.
game. It's the artifact system is so
I
random,
love the artifact system. Yeah.
and yet at the same time, you strategize so eloquently to it, right? It's so random in that sense, but when you start strategizing, the game is already you have
Yeah.
a game in your head.
You can strategize, but then when that artifact drops, you're like, huh. I
Yeah,
guess I'm gonna have to readjust my strats, and you do.
yeah.
You have to adjust based off. It's not just what your opponent does; it's also how the artifact lands.
Yeah, positioning.
It's a small little game that we created that has that we feel that is a lot more deeper than people take it at face value. And hopefully, that people, they back it, they play it, and they can tell us in the future that they love it. Hopefully, but that's the ultimate goal. But let me just say that I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a little more insight of how the game is played. I know it was very fast paced, and we kind of like did a lot of on the fly commentary, but we wanted to make the video as short as possible. All right, guys. See you later. Hopefully you have time, and hopefully you could back our project, and so we could produce this game and get into your homes. All right. Have a great day, great night, and see you later.